Welcome to the season 6 finale of the Respect and Pray Show. I am your host, Miguel Mike Medina, Triple M. In this episode, it feels so good. It feels that it was the right move, and I am so happy to close season 6 of the Respect and Pray Show by interviewing a family member. I have respect for this guy. We may be living far apart, but at least we have a communication. And to get a chance to interview him was outstanding. I had such a great time talking to him, and the field that he's working in is not for everyone, but you will get to know a little bit about him. You will get to know the ins and outs of what he had to endure in his career all the way to where he is, basically from start to present. And this is a good interview for anyone who wants to join that field and wants to know more about it. So I feel that this is an interview that you guys are gonna enjoy it a lot. So I'm not gonna say no more. Here it is. Ladies and gentlemen, it's a great honor to present to you for this season finale of season 6, my cousin, Mr. Jeremy Brito. Jeremy, man, thank you for joining the Respect and Pray Show. How are you, my guy?
I'm good. I'm good. I can't complain.
Man, oh man, I feel that I've seen you in this field for years, but I never really got to know how did it all started. So how did how did this all began of you becoming a cop? You're from Cleveland, Ohio. So how did it all started? Was this always part of your plan, or do you had other dreams and aspirations before that?
Well, as far as dreams or aspirations, if I were to do it all over again, I would probably doing something different. I've always been in the business and being in the business field, and just had a kind of a desire to do something like that. But I fell into this. I started off as a security officer, and then from there it was like graduating from security to then police. It was like almost like the stepping stone of what anybody would do if they wanted to continue in that path. I was unsure. So as life went by, it was like I've been in this field for X amount of years. Why not take the next step? And so that's how I fell into becoming a police officer because of the security background. Um, so yeah, I mean, if well, coming from my mom as well, she says I was a kid. She says I always wanted to be a police officer. I personally don't remember, but I was a kid, so she would know more than me because she was around, and she said I wanted to become a police officer. So I'm just gonna go with her and say, I guess it was something from the get go.
Oh man, that is funny. It's funny how you learn new things, but what year did you started doing security?
Security was back in 2011, I want to say.
Wow, interesting. I'm curious, well, that's the same year that you met Sharon?
Yes, we started talking the year of 2000, the end of 2011. Yes.
That was, I guess, so we could safe to say that 2011 was the year of a lot of great
It
things, the start of a lot of great things happening. But
was the beginning.
hi Sharon, say hi to Sharon. I wish she was in this episode, but I'm glad to see you guys staying strong together throughout these
Yes.
years. Um, but in terms of this field, what were some of the pivotal moments where you felt like man, did I regret like signing up for this, or you felt like you were at a crossroads where things could have, excuse my language, where shit hit the fan?
um, I would say pivotal. Hmm. So going back to security, it was it wasn't it was a little bit of the job itself. Things were not heading in the right direction, as far as what you know, as far as what you see on TV and social media of just police officers being hated. Um, all police officers are bad. And it just was not a good field to be in. Um, during the time when I was security. So that's why I was unsure about being a police officer because of the negative that social media and just everything surrounding police officers. It was just negative. Um, I'm not a bad guy. I'm not a bad person. So it was like I said to myself, why should I not pursue this just because the media and everyone else perceives it to be a bad thing? Um, so that was kind of a point where it was just like, man, I don't know about all this. Um, a strong, real pivot moment was when I was in the police academy. It was tough. I have 3 kids. Well, at the moment, I had 2. So even then, it was still hard because they were, well, let me see, they were kids. So they were, give or take, 3, 5 years old, 3 and 5. I'm going to go with that, 3 and 5, maybe 4 and 6. But it was still hard because um, it was only me and my wife. It was only me and Sharon. We didn't have real much help over here. As you know, my mom lives in Florida, my dad lives in New York. It was really hard. My sister lives in Jersey. Like there was no help here, um, with either side of me and her family. My mom did come when I was in the police academy to help out as much as she can, but as you know, she does have MS, so there's only so much that she can do. But she did make the attempt. She did come over here and she did help out, out a little bit, but it was very, very, very tough. I was going to school Monday through Thursday, Monday through Thursday, 6 to 10, off Fridays, Saturday, 8 to 4. And it was very tough because I barely saw my kids. On a good week, I saw my kids maybe 3 times a week for a total of maybe 5 minutes the days I had the academy. Um, and like I said, it was very tough. And it was very tough on Sharon too, because she was also working 2 jobs, um, helping out as much as she can. So I'm able to go to the police, dedicate some time to police academy and do my work and X, Y, and Z. So it was very, very, very tough. Very tough.
Wow, you guys are warriors. I mean, to have your back up against the wall, having no help, because families branched out, living in different states, you guys
Mhm.
are warriors. And the fact that Sharon had to work 2 jobs, I salute her. I salute you for being the superheroes. And your kids can look at you guys as a inspiration. Like, look what our parents are doing for us. So, but I'm proud of you and everything that you're doing. The same thing with Sharon. I'm pretty sure and I'm confident that Sharon, her days will come when she starts kicking off her career. I want to give a shout out, she's, business administration. So but yeah, I definitely was not gonna leave this interview without leaving Sharon's name out. But I'm happy for you guys, and but I have another question for you. What do you say is your most proudest moment in this field that you're in?
I mean, just finishing it overall, just achieving the goal that I set out to achieve, and then giving my family a better life overall. That was the
Nice.
greatest. That's the greatest moment.
Nice, nice. I like that. I like that answer. What's is there anything else that you want to accomplish aside from this field or elevate yourself in this field?
Um, I have been approached on joining a few different no, I want to say departments, units within a department. Um, it might happen, it may not happen. I'm not sure. Still up in the air. But to move around in the department would just be maybe just another goal. But as far as right now, it's just I have my work and home life balance. pretty good. I can't complain about that. I'm not 110% all in work. I also am at home. I join my kids' sports games and stuff like that. I don't miss any major events. I don't miss holidays. I don't miss birthdays.
I enjoy
So
watching your Instagram story and those pictures and videos of your kids playing baseball. I get a knack of that, so yeah, go ahead.
yeah, no, I mean it's great. I mean, so for me to do more stuff in a department will require me to be maybe absent just a little bit more. But we'll see as time comes, and see how it goes from there. But for now, I think I'm just enjoying doing what I'm doing now and having that work and home life balance.
Favorite breakfast meal?
Favorite breakfast meal, man, shoot. I'm gonna go with what I have been doing for a little bit while, because it's just easy and to the point where I just take it out and I eat it, and I make overnight oats with strawberry and or blueberries with some honey and milk.
Nice, nice. Um, favorite travel destination that it's on your bucket list that you haven't been to yet.
Hmm. Favorite travel destination has been on my bucket list. You know what? I wouldn't mind going to uh what's that place? A place like Bora Bora.
All right. Okay. I have another one for you. It's funny. You know, Attitude Era. What are your ugh, what are your top three favorite moments that you've seen from the Attitude Era growing up?
Attitude era, and we're talking about just overall in those years, or are we talking about wrestling?
Attitude Era, we're talking about I'm gonna go with from 98 to 2001, the peak years.
Oh man. One opens up for me is it's just like because while I'm in it now as far as seeing my son play baseball, but that baseball era of those of growing up and just a golden era of everyone calls it the steroid era. Yes, I get it, but
No, no, no. I'm saying the Attitude Era, meaning the wrestling, 98
oh,
to
we're just talking about
2001.
general. Oh, okay, okay, okay. I thought you meant like
Yeah.
the years. Okay, okay, okay.
I should
Wrestling.
have explained further, but yeah, the Attitude Era,
Um,
when wrestling was fun, not the
uh,
crap nowadays.
just yeah, the golden attitude era, man. Whew. Oh man, you know what's crazy too? I think like a week or two ago, I was watching it. I was just scrolling through TikTok, and then moments like that came up, or where you have like Stone Cold when he came in with the beer truck, and he came into the arena and just sprayed everybody. When NWO first came about, when it was just what was his name? Is it Kevin Nash and Razor Ramon, and how they added Hollywood Hogan. You know what I'm saying? As their three-man team to start NWO. Um, you talk about the famous Hell in the Cells with the Undertaker and Mankind. Um, dude, I can go on and on and on and on. It's I and it's crazy. It's like kids nowadays will never one get to experience it, but two never have anything like it. I don't see the attitude era ever coming close, ever coming back ever again, especially with the way things are nowadays. Um, but man, I feel like the kids got robbed because I feel like we had it so great in those eras, and so many great things has happened for the sport. Um, I can't say nothing more about it. Just the impact that it's had um, throughout, even just not even just wrestling. I mean, you talk about it impacting just other sports in itself. Um, Keyword attitude era. It has impacted so much.
Last but not least, and this is a prediction. Which of the two do you think will win first? The Guardians or the Browns? Who has a better chance in the future?
Oh man, I want both to win so bad.
Hmm.
Uh, who do I think will win first, man? It's hard to say, man. The Guardians right now are killing it. They're number three within the league, total league with win percentage or wins period. Um, and I'm so happy to say that you have the Yankees, Phillies, and Dodgers where their payroll is through the roof, and Yankees are just farm system homegrown. Except for, well, you do have Jose Ramirez that came through the farm system, but we did pay him his, the money that he requested. Um, man, whew, I'm gonna have to say only because we have a great farm system, and then at some point, hopefully, we can just take that next step, just like how we almost did in 2016. But I'm just gonna say the guards. I'm gonna say the
And that,
guard.
yeah, and that leads me to the Guardians. I mean, they're having an incredible season. They've won over 40 games through 60 games, and that's the best start since the 99 team, which
Yes.
was a powerhouse team at that time. And Jose Ramirez, obviously, he's MVP caliber player this year.
Mm-hmm.
So my question to you is Josh Naylor, um the Guardians need to extend him. Do you think that they should extend him? Or no. Do you think that they should extend him, number one, and number two? Um do you see them winning the division this year? Because you also have Kansas City and Minnesota right behind them.
One, I do see him winning the division. Kansas City is behind them by 3 games as of today, without playing any games now. Um, they are tough, and with the arguably the best pitcher, lowest ERA in the American League, we went ahead and put up, I think, 4 or 5 runs before they got taken out. I think on our first game on our recent battle, I think it was last week, 3 game homestand with them, and most definitely we could win the division. I have no questions about that. Do we need to make a move? Yes. As far as
They need an
Naylor,
arm. They need an arm.
yes, most definitely. They need an arm. They do need a shortstop, but as far as right now they need a solid arm. They need a solid starter who I don't believe is cutting it. My opinion, um, not a favorite, but I do I do appreciate the years that he's given us back in the years of like 2016 and whatever when we made that run. Cookie, Carrasco's not cutting it. Um, he's not looking like his old self, which is fine. Age gets to you. It's baseball. It's just whatever. Um, he is scheduled to pitch today, so we'll see what happens. But yeah, we do need a solid arm. If we can get a shortstop, perfectly fine. But a solid arm. As far as Josh, I'm a fan of Josh. I'm a fan of his brother. They are doing really good this year. They are being utilized to their potential. Um, I would sign them.
I
I would
agree.
sign. I would
I
sign
agree.
them.
I like Josh Naylor. I like the how he plays with so much passion, so much
Mm-hmm.
flair. So I like him. And I like his brother too. His brother has a very bright future in this league and could play for many years. Um I would for Jose Ramirez, I remember about a year or 2 years ago or so. I remember you had these trade rumors, the possibility of him leaving. The fact that he stayed for Cleveland for 7 more years, that was just wow. I mean, my respect for him went through the roof. I've always been a fan of him, but the fact that he decided to stay and wants to win a championship there, I really hope he brings a title to the city of Cleveland.
Oh, most definitely. When I read an article when he first was about to sign, well, when he said he wanted to stay, it was as he has stated through his agent that um, him and his family are perfectly fine here in Cleveland. They don't want to go nowhere else. He says, I can't remember. Don't quote me directly, but it was in the lines of um, if you guys offer me 150 and another 200 million, it's like, why am I gonna take the 200 million and be unhappy somewhere else where I can take the 150 that you guys are offering me and I'll stay here perfectly fine. You basically left a lot of money on the table when you talk about millions, because 50 million, left on the table, it's a lot of money, especially with you and I. But for him, he didn't look at it just the money. He looked at it where he was very comfortable here. His family was comfortable here. He liked being here. He liked the organization, liked the way things were heading. So in other words, it's like in almost like how should I say this? In you and I terms, $10 or $5, where the $5 I'm gonna be happy and the $10 is gonna come with X, Y, and Z. Give me the $5 all day. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, respect to him, man.
Last but not least, what advice um do you have for anyone that wants to join this field, that wants to become police officer, security? The list goes on and on. You have some people that they even want to move up, such as being future detectives, etc. So, what advice do you have for anyone that wants to get in this field?
Make sure it's exactly what you want. It's not for the weak. Um, Tough skin. You have to. You're a part of people's lives that are a lot of it for the bad, because you're talking about when you're arresting, if you're a detective, you're talking about investigating something bad that's happened to someone and a trauma in their life. Um, it's yes, you're there for good, but you're around mostly when there's trauma. Think about it. Yes, let's say you're doing something good and you save someone's life, but it probably can also take someone else's life, and or I mean, let's be real, like for an example, you're responding to something and you have to use deadly force to save someone else's life. So it's always revolved around something not so good. And you have to accept that. Um you you have to know that this is what you want to do. You have to accept that. I came into it kind of already knowing some background from the security field, so I wasn't too, brand new to it. I accepted everything. Um, but going to the police academy really opened my eyes on a lot more. It like amplified it. So I would say, man, make sure this is really what you want to do. Talk to somebody. Maybe you would know someone that's in the field, a relative, a friend, um, and maybe if you don't know anybody in the field, or you may know someone that knows someone else, and maybe they can connect you two together and really talk about if this is really what you want to do. Because I tell you what, it's not for everybody. You have police officers now that I know personally some police officers that should not be in the field, you know, and it's dangerous, very dangerous, because you can hurt yourself or you can hurt somebody else or get somebody else hurt. So I would say do your research and really dive deep and talk to people before jumping into this field to make sure this is really what you wanted to do.
Great advice, great advice. Cuz thank you so much for taking time to do this interview. Much respect, much love to everything that you're doing. Keep going. And I'm every time when there's a crisis out there, I always have you, my brother-in-law, and so many people that I went to school with that are in this field. I always have you guys in mind and always say, protect yourself each and
Mm,
every day, especially when we go out there. And because you guys have families. But I salute you, man. Keep doing what you're doing and keep being and setting a great example of what a great police officer should be. So thank you, man.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate everything you're doing. Much respect to your goals and what you're trying to achieve in life. Keep doing what you're doing.
I hope you guys enjoy that interview with my cousin Jeremy. And like I said, I am so happy that I'm closing this season of the Respect and Pray show with him, and just phenomenal, phenomenal. And but thank you guys for tuning in and watching this episode of the Respect and Pray show. Please hit that thumbs up. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button. I'll see you guys in the fall season for season seven of the Respect and Pray show. So you guys know the message, the motto: have mutual respect, mutual love, and mutual admiration. So until next time.